times over and over and over again.
Uh-huh. In the winter, you going to be doing shows, Dom?
Yep.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, like 17 different shows.
Yeah.
Wow.
17 shows.
You got to let me in on a list. Maybe I'll watch one of them.
List is on the Facebook group.
Look in the group. There's a big post by Dom and Nikki.
Okay.
Let's see. Plug it in, plug it in.
That's what he said.
Oh. Hashtag. What else don't I have for hashtags?
OTEV.
Oh, yeah. What? How do you spell that?
Yeah, OTEV.
OTEV.
Yeah.
Yeah, OTEV's a big thing. It comes back every year.
Oh,
Yeah.
a scapegoat. Hashtag a scapegoat.
Hashtag scapegoat or is scapegoat?
A scapegoat.
There he goes.
Alright, tweeted.
Yeah, so apparently this BS has been going on at up in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the entire town has turned into a war zone now.
Oh.
The police are aiming, the military style weapons at the people, and they've forced all reporters out of the town. One refused to move, and they just straight up arrested him, took him to jail.
Wow.
Yeah.
If that's the Audible list you're using because you're in a different spot in the frame, you have to lift it just a little.
Let's see here.
Yeah, that works. Ugh.
How's that?
That looks good.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Yahoo!
Alright, so let me know when you're done eating and then we'll start. Yeah, here, I'll pull up the list, Luke, so I could show you what we plan on doing. I don't know. It's more... hold on, what is this? Why do I have 4 notifications? Okay.
Oh, hello, baby.
Oh.
Sorry, had to let it out there.
Okay, so the list of shows thus far is American Horror Story. Bates Motel, Constantine, Doctor Who, The Flash, Arrow, Game of Thrones, Gotham, Hannibal, Agent Carter, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Once Upon a Time, The Originals, Pretty Little Liars, Sleepy Hollow, Supernatural, The Vampire Diaries, and The Walking Dead.
Sounds pretty cool. Is Bates Motel based on Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho?
No.
I thought it was. It's about Norman Bates.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
But it's prior to the movie, basically. It's prior to what the events in Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Like, his mother basically was nuts, and so she kind of turned him into it.
Yep.
That's how it goes. I always wondered. So not only was he insane, the mother was insane.
Yeah. The mother's basically,
a loon.
What drove him to madness.
I see. I actually, I made a decision to join a gym.
Oh yeah, which one?
The one over here in Brantford. I forget the name of it. It's not Planet Fitness. It's up on Brantford Hill over here.
Across from the theater?
No. This is in the Brantford Plaza, where the restaurant Allegra's is, and where the Goodwill Center is. I forget the name of that plaza. Precious Cargo used to be in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of it for some reason.
It's on West Main Street.
Yeah, road names are the worst thing. I don't know any road names.
Once I let you know, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get in shape.
Just went to Sleeping Giant this weekend. Went Saturday. My friend came down from Pennsylvania, and I don't know, we were all over that mountain. I was
How
surprised.
was it?
It was good.
Did you make it to the castle?
We did. And
Nice.
then we went
What is
down. We went down to the quarry after that too.
Oh, I never been to the quarry, but what's the castle supposed to be, actually?
It was a lookout tower.
It was?
Yep.
Oh. Nobody's actually lived in that, it was just a tower.
Yeah, no, it was just a lookout tower.
Oh.
All right. I think we are ready to start. Right?
Yay.
You guys good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With bad news and all.
Mm-hmm.
Starting in 5, 4, 3. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast presents Big Brother Season 16, Episode 22. How did I remember this time? I don't know. For August 13th,
Wow, that's bad framed. Let me get my camera straight.
2014. I'm your host, Dom. With me, I have my co-host, Luke.
Welcome to Big Brother.
And Erica.
Hi.
You guys switched spots on me.
And my camera frame's like all higher or lower.
Don't look at me,
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with it.
And Luke's up high, you're down low. It's
Hold on,
mayhem.
let me.
Okay, come on, let's be grown-ups about this. Why are we fighting over spots now? Come on, guys.
I blame Dom because he's the one with the XSplit control.
Yep, it's all my fault.
Okay, it's our host's fault.
Yeah. So, I'm
There. I just made my camera smaller. How about that?
there. I'm moving you guys all over. I've shuffled you. There.
Okay, is everybody satisfied now? Okay,
Are we
No.
happy?
yeah, happy now? Alright.
How's that?
Perfect.
Oh yeah, of course.
What did you guys think of this episode?
Dramatic and confusing.
I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah, I'm getting busy too.
Let me see if I can frame this correctly.
Okay,
Yeah,
we gotta...
that's fine.
So, the episode opened up Frankie spilling the beans. What did you guys think?
At first, they didn't believe him because he's lied about so many things, but now they're like, okay, you really think this is going to get you further in the game? I don't think so.
Right.
And I was getting confused because, Zach is still obviously holding a grudge against him. He's putting on that little act after he won the power of veto. He's like, you want to, he's basically saying, so, two could play at this game, huh? Well, I could also put on an act too, honey. You may think I'm cool with you now, but I'm really not.
Right.
Do you
Like,
think...
I don't understand, but why was he crying, though, and having a shit fit in the diary room right before the veto?
Because he thought that there was no way if everybody in the house believed that Frankie's giving the money to charity, then there is no possible way he could win because the jury would just automatically give it to him. That way the money would go to charity and not, personal gain.
Right. So, do you believe that he's going to give the money to charity? You think he's being honest about that? Because it's hard to tell.
Partially, yes.
It is a nice gesture. It would be nice to build.
I don't think
schools.
he's going to give the full amount to charity, but he said...
guess-
I'd
Wait
say
a
maybe
minute.
about half.
Let's keep it close because we don't even know if he is going to win.
Right,
This
right.
is probably because
No.
this is probably a what?
He's talking about his winnings, like what he takes from the show. He's got 13,000 for just being on the show. He's got
Right.
his Team America winnings. If he happens to win anything in a competition, if he happens to win America's House Guest, whatever he gets, he's going to give. He's saying he was going to give all that to charity, but
Now everybody is thinking, has this made him a bigger target by him saying that I'm Ariana Grande's brother? I can't tell. I mean, is he considered a target in the future, basically? Because I know that now that we've seen the end of the episode of the Power of Veto ceremony, that Nicole went up as a replacement nominee. So now, does this make Christine a big target?
See, the way I'm looking at this is Frankie's so big of a target that they're not worried about him right now. They can get him to go whenever. Next time he's on the block, he's gone.
Right. But now the focus is so basically right.
Nicole is the only member of the house that they can't control to a degree.
They can get rid of her instantly. She's gone tomorrow. I guarantee you they're going to vote her out.
So, yeah. I think... I don't want to say unfortunately, because I want Donnie to stay in the house. And Donnie said it himself. He goes, I don't see how they would vote against Nicole. She's so sweet.
But you know, he doesn't know it, but he's still a pawn, basically. That's what Derek pointed out.
Right.
I mean, you know what? I like how Derek... I know you don't like Derek personally, Dom, but I
like Derek.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
I like Derek. He's controlling this whole house.
Exactly, but you know something? I like the fact that he's using his police and sergeant skills in this game.
What did you guys think about that little chat that he had when he brought Zach and Nicole and Chris all together? And
I didn't understand that meeting in the HOH room. Like, who are they pointing fingers at, Zach or Nicole?
Zach.
Yeah, I don't know what actually happened from that because I watched it and it's like, okay, well, this, he's saying this to Zach and his team. He's saying this to Victoria,
right.
And he called them all in the same room and essentially told them to each other's face the exact story that he's telling them. So it's like Zach knows what he was telling Victoria knows what he was telling Zach, but that they still didn't match up.
Right. So Zach had told Nicole previously everything, right? This was last episode we saw this go down when they kind of made a little pact that Zach's entire game rested on Nicole's fate, right? So then he goes and tells Victoria everything. He spills the beans to her. Then Zach starts worrying that Victoria is going to go back and say something to Derek because they're so close. And if Derek finds out that Zach is the one that ratted him out, Derek's going to turn on Zach. That's what Zach is worried about.
Right,
so now Zach decides to beat them to the punch and tell him himself, but cover it up and make it seem like it wasn't him that told Nicole, and him that told Victoria rather. So he tries to warn Derek about Victoria, saying that Nicole was the one that told her,
which is a bullshit lie.
Right. So then when Victoria doesn't say anything now, Zach dug himself into a hole that didn't have to happen. If Zach didn't tell Derek that, this secret never would have gotten out. But Zach tried to save his ass thinking Victoria was going to tell Derek. And thinking that Victoria and that Derek wouldn't confront Nicole about it. And everything would be hunky-dory. But that's not what happened. Derek did go to the house. He told everybody. He called everybody in a meeting to find out what really happened and to find out who the liar was.
So it was Zach.
Yeah, Zach admitted to it, which was good on his part, because if he didn't admit to it, that would have been awful for him. So he admitted to it. Nicole now looks to Derek like Derek's kind of a hero because he saved her game. And
right.
Victoria now thinks that she can trust Derek again because he stuck up for her. So he outed a liar, stuck up for his friend, and stuck up for Nicole. So, like Derek said, it's a win-win-win. He won all the way around.
Which is good.
For him, yeah. But he's basically controlling this house.
You know something? If Derek wins the game, he played a good game. So I'm kind of rooting for Derek right now. I'm rooting for Derek, and I'm rooting for Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know something? If Derek wins, I can see why, because last year it was Amanda McRae that were running the house, and now this year it's only a single person. It's just Derek running the house.
Right. And he's manipulated everybody to the point where they don't even know he's doing it.
which is good on his game. You know what?
Yeah.
He's a police sergeant. He has a very particular set of skills.
What is he, Liam Nielsen?
Yes.
Yeah, you know something? He should have been. You know what? He's the next Brian Mills from the film Taken.
He is Liam Neeson. And
Yes.
you're
Yeah,
screwing
let's
with his
call
daughter.
him the Liam Neeson, the Big Brother house Liam Neeson.
Speaking of celebrities, what did you guys think of Gilbert Godfrey?
I knew that had to be his voice. He played a great part in The Power of Veto, the pissed off penguin. Zach hated him.
I loved it when he just started dropping curse words and they filtered it out, but everybody just like shocked, like, and then one was like, "Hey, my brother watches this show."
Yeah, Zach said that.
Yeah,
I
because he
started
was swearing.
cracking up.
Like, Otev was swearing.
Because
Yeah.
anytime you censor Gilbert Godfrey, it just doesn't sound right. Because if you've
No.
ever heard his stand-up, or like most general public knows him as Iago the Parrot.
Right.
But
Exactly.
if you know him from outside of that, if you've ever gone to one of his shows, if you ever saw any of his comedy specials, if you ever seen him on the Comedy Central roasts, you know this
really-
guy does not hold back. He's the most
Right.
vulgar person on the planet.
But that's what makes him a celebrity comedian.
Right.
I mean,
So for
I-
them to put him in the role, I'm like, all right, well, it's just gonna be like this tame little Iago thing. And then he says that he's the pissed off penguin, and I was like, holy, did they just say pissed off on ABC? Like,
yeah.
are you kidding me?
CBS.
And then Zach is like, "Hey, watch it. My brother watches this show."
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Or
know what?
CBS, yeah,
You know what?
sorry.
All
Whoops.
right, I just have to throw this out there for the record. I can do a good impression of Iago. Just listen to me. After a cracker gets shoved into his mouth, put. I can't take it anymore. If I gotta choke down on one more of those moldy, disgusting crackers, bam, whap.
Iago, back to your lamp. Back to the lamp with you.
I see that coming. Okay.
So,
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, that competition, we've seen that so many times, but that's always a favorite for me. I love that
Yeah, I
competition.
love OTEV. Now, when are we due for Zingbot and Baby Zingbot?
Ooh.
2-3 more weeks.
Oh, okay.
It's usually like the last 5 or 6 people.
Do you think Jesse Goddard's will make an appearance this year, or if we have a Pandora's box?
If we have a Pandora's box, it's guaranteed, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me just point out the last time we saw Jesse Goddard's in the role of Big Brother coming into the Big Brother house as part of the Pandora's box twist. I love it when he walked in as Jesse Claus. Ho ho ho! Boy, I look good.
You know what really disturbed me when I found out that he was actually signed to wrestle for TNA?
Oh,
Why is
Really?
that terrifying?
Because he is not any good.
He's Mr. Pectacular.
Right. That name came from Big Brother.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought he had that name prior to entering the Big Brother house.
He got all his sponsorships and all his publicity from going into Big Brother.
He wanted to make money that way to sell his little knickknacks and all that shit.
Right. And
Right.
and he actually had, like, I saw it online, that
that's
it was
no
a
different
TNA trading card.
That's no different than Evil Dick running a podcast and charging money for it.
Well, has he been running a podcast, Evil Dick?
Yeah, he runs one every year.
I'll have to check his podcast out as well.
It's like $20 for the whole season. Like, he charges
Yeah.
money for it.
Wow. I'd like to get Dan Giesling's point of view on this season. Like, what's he think of it so far? Because he made some big power moves in the Big Brother house.
You did.
He did. You know what? I liked Dan. Even though he played a dirty game in Big Brother 14, I still think he did a good job. You know, he made it to the end.
You gotta play a dirty game.
You do have to play a dirty game. I mean, the Big Brother funeral was like edge of your seat excitement.
Mm-hmm.
He did better. He did a better game when he was coach for Brittany,
Yeah,
or Danielle rather.
I agree.
And not when he was a player, because when they decided to put all the coaches in as players, and he was kind of like, I'm still not playing for myself. I'm still gonna be a coach. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was still playing the role as a coach. He was coaching during that endurance competition for HOH when the game was reset. He was coaching Danielle, to keep it up and stuff. He was speaking to her in his coach mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. I've actually written letters to Dan Giesling. He's actually a really nice guy. I've gotten some good pieces of advice from him. He was cool with it. He gave me information and stuff, and even gave me the link so I could buy his book and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, he even let me join his coaching site, and I blogged to it. I actually subscribed to his coaching site.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, something.
He streams on Twitch, right?
Oh, really?
He what?
Yeah. He's a streamer on Twitch.
Yes, I know that. You know who I'd like to see go back into this game and really make some power moves, and I could definitely see Beast Mode Cowboy going after her instead of Amber. Can you guess?
Brittany?
Janelle.
Oh.
Janelle, I could definitely see him going for Janelle.
Yeah.
Or better yet, what if he was going after your future ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, Dom?
Leave Danielle out of this. What? No. Me and Caleb are going to have a problem.
Janelle
Let me ask you this: if they had a season where they brought veterans back into the game and he started going after Danielle, there'd be a problem, wouldn't there?
There would. Me and Beast Mode Cowboy would be throwing down. So
well, actually, you do have a bit of a problem now. Danielle's married to Dom.
Yeah, to me. So
no, Dominic Briones.
No, to me. So Zach ends up winning the power of veto. That to get back to our show.
Yeah.
Were you guys surprised that he used it?
No, I knew he was going to use it on himself. He saved himself in this game. You know what? Even though I found Zach to be an annoying asshole and a Fruit Loop dingus, as he refers to everybody in the house.
He called Gilbert Godfrey a Fruit Loop dingus.
Yeah, which was epic. All right, I said the word epic again. All right, which was okay, but I am going to say that was epic. The way he called Otev a Fruit Loop dingus, because Gilbert Godfrey is a Fruit Loop dingus. What that voice of his. Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes him a Fruit Loop dingus, and making Otev look like a Fruit Loop dingus. Now, come on, let's get...
Erica will probably know this better than anybody. It was Gilbert Godfrey actually there live, or is that all pre-recorded stuff that he had?
No.
It's all Otev's lines are recorded.
Right, so they just swap the people in and out.
Yeah, they don't have him actually sitting back with a mic watching the production.
Right. I didn't know if they called him in just for the live
I didn't know that
contest.
Was recorded.
Now, sometimes, like if it's one of the staffers or something, like in the original Otev's, it was just live because Otev would actually refer back to the way the contestants were doing in previous rounds.
Right.
But when it's like a celebrity like that, then generally it's just pre-recorded.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I would have loved to see Gilbert Godfrey react to Zach calling him a Fruit Loop dingus.
So would I. That would be so awesome. I would have. Something. I'm glad you pointed that out, Don, because I would love to have seen that. That would be epic.
Yeah. So with Zach not taking himself off the block, they ended up tricking Christine really into putting up Nicole.
That was a lie, basically, because now they're running the house because she actually believed in that lie. See, you're so gullible in the Big Brother house, you'll believe anything anybody tells you in order to get them what you want them to do. So now they put Nicole up as a potential target next to Donnie as because Donnie's the pawn.
Mm.
Yeah, Donnie's not leaving.
So you think Nicole's going?
I think so.
How do you think it's going to be unanimous, or do you think it's going to be a split vote?
You mean like a tie?
Not a tie, but just...
It won't be unanimous.
So you don't think the House is going to vote together anymore?
I don't know. These people are confusing sometimes.
Yeah, something. I could understand, and I thought I could understand last year's cast, but this year these people are confusing me.
Yeah.
See, I see, scrolling through this thing, it says Zach campaigns to save Nicole.
Ooh, really? So now him and the Fruit Loop dingus are best friends.
Well, Zach did say that he wanted to work with Nicole last episode.
So he's keeping his word. That's a big shocker.
Zach's played a pretty straight up game.
Uh,
I never thought I'd see the day where I'd actually grow on Zack Attack. One thing I do like about Zack Attack is he doesn't have a problem with gay people. He's best friends with a gay man in the Big Brother house.
He
I'll
is.
give him that. At least he's not homophobic.
I might have to get me a pink Zack Attack hat.
Me too. And I might have to get a JU bear shirt.
Hmm.
Or a Beast Mode
Yeah.
cowboy type of style.
Beast Mode Cowboy told one Beast Mode hell of a lie this week.
Mm-hmm. And it got him further. He got away with it, didn't he? He accomplished it.
He did. So the football trip that they went on, they already went on that, right? They're just gonna show it during the live show,
Yeah.
Probably.
right?
Yeah, probably.
So, do you think Frankie and Caleb are gonna have fun with each other, or do you think it's gonna be this like awkward kind of thing together?
Knowing Frankie, he's probably going to grow on him, or either that, or it is going to be awkward.
I'm hoping it's awkward
How come?
because I like awkward situations.
All right, I'm not going to lie. I hope it's awkward too, because I don't want Frankie to try to make, like a moss with everybody and thinking, oh yeah, I'm this pretty little innocent boy,
Yeah, I mean, like Caleb almost just cost him his chance in the house, and Frankie's
So what does
then
that
gonna
mean?
be
Do you think
best
Caleb-
friends with him. Like,
Do you think Caleb is going to trust him?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's hard to say right now. I mean, Frankie's got a lot of making up to do. He basically told lies ever since day one, if I'm right.
I mean, he told the truth. He told everybody. Everybody was in shock. Victoria was
Yeah,
in
but I
complete
loved
shock.
Victoria's reaction. It was priceless.
The sound effects to go with the blinks and everything. Oh my god, they couldn't have edited that any better than they did.
Yeah, that was. I have to say that was priceless. I loved it.
And then Derek brings up a point. Like, Frankie is a nice guy outside the house and everything,
Yeah.
and like,
Exactly.
like I've watched some of his YouTube videos, and he said that he's the kind of person that loves meeting random people, random strangers off the street, and becoming friends with them, like that kind of thing. So I don't see why he wouldn't try to maintain friendship with all these people in the house. And
What is he? But he's trying.
yeah. I mean, once they leave, I said I think he'll still try to maintain a friendship with them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's gonna like introduce them to his sister and everything. Like Victoria's
Derek said.
probably hoping, but.
But Derek pointed that out to her
Right.
in the Have Not room.
Exactly. But apparently it worked enough to keep Frankie for another week because they didn't backdoor him when they could have.
Well,
So-
right, because he's safe for the week right now.
Right. So I think what's going to end up happening is after this live eviction, right? Is this number 3 now or number 4 since they announced that somebody would be returning? We have Hayden out. Right? We have
No, Jocasta and Hayden are the first two in the
Jocasta,
jury
Hayden,
house.
and possibly Nicole O'Donnell. So that's only 3. So there's going to be
So-
at least one more week of somebody potentially getting kicked out.
Or coming back into the game.
I think they'll come back once 4 people have been eliminated.
That's what I'm saying. Once they have 4 people in
So
jury,
it'll probably actually be this week's this week's show, and I think it's going to be immediately following the live eviction instead of the head of household competition. I think, or even with or during, because they've done this before, right? This
Right,
was
absolutely.
when Judd came back, right? They did the
Yeah.
head of household competition, but they also had the 4 other people in there, and the one that lasted off those 4 the longest got to come back into the house, even if they didn't win the competition. So I think that's going to happen on this week, not as in the live show tomorrow, but this coming week's live eviction.
right.
So we'll see.
Right.
Okay.
So far, out of Hayden, Jocasta, Nicole / Donnie, who do you want to see come back into the house?
Hayden.
Erica?
Really, just to just to screw with people, I'd like to see Jocasta come back
Ah,
because
Really?
You have to kill a moment for Dom.
it's more of it would be bad for production because no one wants to see Jocasta come back, and they would lose this plot line just because of what you know.
Right.
Jocasta statistically hasn't been very good at competitions, so I don't think they
Yeah,
have to worry.
I think it would be Hayden.
You're gonna be
really.
fine, Dom. I
Yeah.
want to see Hayden come back, though.
I think it's gonna
Unless
be
for some
Hayden.
reason, unless for
hoping-
some reason, Donnie gets voted out, because a lot of times they do that back to back. Like, oh, you're voted out. Now just come back, and you're walking right back in.
Right.
Right.
So, depending on who gets eliminated fourth as well. We're assuming it's going to fourth. It's not confirmed that it's going to fourth. We're just assuming. But also depending on who gets eliminated fourth, if it's Frankie or Zach, I could potentially see one of them coming back instead of Hayden. But
We'll
we
see
shall
what
see.
happens.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Yes. Be a fly on the wall inside the Big Brother house. Watch the house guests anytime with the live feed on CBS.com. All day, all night.
Erica, final thoughts?
Nah, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Where can the people find you?
On Twitter at Erica Rain 7.
Excellent, excellent. Luke, where can the people find you?
On Twitter at Zupa23.
Nice. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, Phenomedom. You can also find all of us and others on Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, G+, and right here on YouTube /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Till tomorrow night.
Yay.
We'll see you guys later.
From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Luke. Good night.
Yeah. Erica, was this week or is it next week that you can't make the Thursday show?
The Wednesday show?
Oh, it's the Wednesday show. Okay.
Yeah. It's starting next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Next Wednesday.
All right. So, I think me and Luke will probably still have to do those following, because with my
Yeah.
work schedule, I can't do them Thursday during the day, and we got to get them up before the Thursday show
Yeah, it would
airs.
be. It would probably be like 11 p.m. Eastern before I could actually start the show. So
Yeah,
it'd be
so-
kind of late.
Yeah, by midnight. Yeah, so Sunday will probably be Monday recording per usual. Wednesday, Luke, it'll be me and you after the show. And then
Okay.
Thursday, it'll be all of us after the show.
Oh, yes. Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Well, boys, I am